Yeah, I don't think they're rolling yet. Let me make a comment first. You know, good win, ugly win, discipline win. You know, good all three sides team win. But all that aside, this place looked awesome today. You know, it's you know it's been a vision. You know, from our athletic department, from administration. You know, certainly myself. Can't thank the fans enough, the student section enough. They turned out, you know, and they made a difference. And you know, I can't tell you how much that affects our players when they go out to warm ups and there's people and they hit the field and there's a lot of excitement. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm really happy for our players to be able to experience that, for our student section to be able to experience that, you know, for our fan base to be able to see that. We had 200 recruits here. Our recruits have to see that. I get asked all the time, you know, what moves the needle with recruiting? It's atmospheres like this. This was a good start, you know, and I'm thrilled to be 1-0. We got a lot of work to do as a football team, but I like this team. Their effort is good. Their attention is good. They're trying, man, you know, and I think we're going to keep getting better and better.
Mike's here in the middle. Please ask for a mic. You have the first question here, Chris.
Dana, to get that kind of defensive performance, does that sort of validate what you guys have, you know, been working on?
Yeah, it was fun watching, you know, some of the older guys, you know, that we brought in. You know, A.J. Halsey, you know, is a force. Malik Fleming is a playmaker. You know, David Ugwegbu, how'd I do to her? Ugwegbu, okay, is a ball player. Brandon Mack, you know, hadn't practiced a whole lot, but he got out there and played a good bit. Zay Hamilton, you know, we've improved ourselves, okay? And so then you get, you know, you add that with guys that, you know, returning guys like Alex Hogan, who played in 4 games last year, Malik Robinson, who played in 2 games last year, Caesar, who's a stud, you know. You know, it's a good start. They're a good football team. They've won 23 games in the last 2 years and back-to-back conference champions. They're a good football team. We knew we'd have our hands full, and we did enough to be able to win, and we did it. You know, certainly defensively was a tremendous performance. Disappointed, you know, overall offensively, we're not anywhere close where we need to be. You know, getting those 3 turnovers in the third quarter and not doing a whole lot with them is very disappointing. We'll keep working hard offensively and get better, but did enough defensively to win.
Dana, what was your assessment of Donovan Smith's performance, particularly of his comfort level in the offense and decision-making as the
Spotty, very spotty. The thing about Donovan is just how poised he is. I mean, he is poised. Nothing bothers him. He's not wide-eyed. He's clearly putting in. He's in a new offense, and you know everything's new to him. But you know, was great in the run game. Was hit and miss a little bit in the pass game. Although we did have some fairly good offensive receiving plays out there. Got a long ways to go, but was very pleased and just his overall demeanor, you know, and how he takes control of the huddle.
Coach, you mentioned Malik Fleming. Not only did he have 2 picks today, but he also had a punt return that set up a touchdown. All in all, 2 plays that he made kind of directly set up touchdown offensive possessions. What did you think of the versatility he provided for the team?
Yeah, I mean, nothing he does surprises me. I watched him for 2 years at East Carolina. I mean, I'm sitting there on the sideline saying, I want that guy on my team. I mean, that guy, I mean, I just had a lot of respect for him when we played against him, coached against him. You know, brought him here and, you know, he just broke the team down and was thankful for the opportunity to be able to be here. That's what kind of kid he is. When he got that punt return out, I turned to Tank Dell, Marcus Jones, and Marquez Stevenson and said, see, it ain't you. It ain't you guys. It's what we're doing punt return-wise around here. And they laughed, and it was fun to have those guys back. There's a lot of NFL guys that are, you know, in our locker room right now. We appreciate those guys coming back. Josh Jones, shoot the list. There's probably 20 of them and stuff. So I appreciate those guys coming and all that. But I can't say enough about Malik's first his first game here as a Coug.
Do you have any update on Chidozie?
Ankle, nothing. I don't know. I mean, ankles can be a week, ankles can be a month. I don't know the severity. We'll figure that out tomorrow probably.
And what about Sam Brown? He had a pretty breakout game.
He did. I was very proud of him. 6 targets, 6 catches, 100 yards. Made a great catch in the first, second quarter, whenever that was. Sam's been practicing good. Sam's been minding his manners and been doing a really good job. And I'm very proud of how he's overcame things and practices good and went out there and helped his team win.
Dana, you mentioned the backfield work in progress in terms of how you want to divvy up things, or did you feel like going in you were going to go?
Brandon's been fighting an ankle. He was cleared to play, but he got kind of rolled up again right there. I thought Mathis ran hard. They're a run-stop defense. They got 3 D linemen in there that are all 320 pounds and stuff. We got work to do. It didn't look like it needed to for the most part, but we're committed to it, and it showed up when we needed it to show up on that last 4-minute drive. Right, we were able to get a couple of chunks and get some first downs, and if you're not committed to it, it ain't gonna look like that. So the stats aren't really what we want it to be. There'll be games where teams aren't really putting 300-pound 3 techniques in there to where it will hopefully get a little better.
Dana, it seemed like you guys bottled up Frank Harris and as a runner a lot better than you did last year. How did that previous experience help, and did you just feel like containing him was a foundation of tonight's defensive performance?
Yeah, we did a better job of bottling him up, correct. What he's overcame is incredibly impressive. I mean, I think he's a fantastic kid, great football player. The knee surgeries probably affected him a little bit. He wasn't looking to tuck that thing and run it very much. He was trying to extend things and throw. Didn't have a couple of those receivers that we had to cover last year. So not to take anything away from our defense at all. I wish that young man well, and hopefully he continues to play at a high level.
Dana, the 3rd and 2 play to Michael, the tight end, late, and then the run where you got the measurement. Is that things that you sort of saw during the game that you thought could work in those situations?
Well, in a 4-minute thing, I mean, I didn't feel comfortable handing the ball off on 3rd and 2. We had success on 1st and 2nd down. We knew we were going to have to do a couple of different things on those 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3 plays. We knew that from the game plan. Was disappointed in the 2 4th down plays. We got to be better. We got to execute better. I take that, but I thought we had those plays schemed up. When we needed them, we went to them. Donovan's a big dude that can fall forward. As soon as they said it's going to the 48 and we're going to measure it, I go, oh boy, this is going to be interesting. And that thing, we got it by like that much. Trailer over there says we didn't get it by that much, so I knew it was going to be an interesting measurement. Great catch by Mikey O. Another kid that has overcome a lot with knee injuries and is just happy to be here and is a team guy. Went in there and made a play to help us win the game.
Dana, just 3 penalties and no turnovers. When you look at that for a first game, considering all the new guys that you had, are you pleased with that?
Yeah. I mean, do I have to rehash what I've been through for the whole year last year? Yeah, it's been talked about and worked on a lot, an awful lot, and it's the first thing I said to him in there, disciplined football, and we took care of the ball and we created turnovers. That helps you win games. I'm very happy with that. It's a good start. We're 1-0, a lot of things to work on, but very proud of that.
Dana, the whole city kind of got behind the uniforms and were real impressed. What was your impression of that, and just how everybody reacted to it, and how your players looked like in them?
Yeah, incredible. I didn't understand the importance. I give Chris Pesman all the all the credit in the world. He had this vision for several years. I didn't understand the history and tradition for the city. I mean, I know that the Houston Oilers were here and what kind of uniforms they had, but what the city got behind with that, I didn't quite understand that. And to watch it was remarkable. I mean, it was a genius marketing ploy. Our players absolutely loved it. They're trying to steal the jerseys, and I said no, because maybe we'll wear them again. You know, is it going to be a part of our rotation? That's for administration to. But yeah, I think the city. I think it sparked the city, which is why we had a lot of people here today. You know, and hopefully they had a good time, and they'll come back here in a couple weeks when we play TCU.
One more?
No more. All right, I'm gonna go celebrate. Thank you.
Wide receiver Sam Brown, open to questions.
Sam, it seems like
You get the mic.
Donovan really, had a connection there. What was working for you?
This preparation, I had a great week of practice, just trying to be consistent. That's just brought my practice mojo to the game. No, I ain't ever have no nervousness coming into the game like how I did last year, but that explains a lot because I transferred here from West Virginia last year, so I ain't played a lot of football, so that's where the nervousness came from, but I trusted my preparation today.
What do you think of the fan involvement today? First game of the season, first game of the Big 12.
It was amazing. We need that every week in, week out. That's what we thrive off of them.
Next question.
How does this, receiving the core sort of play off each other, having, Manjack and Matthew as well? I mean, how does that sort of, combination help you?
It's lovely. Like, not even, it's the whole receiver group. Like, we push, like, we fighting for position every day in practice. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we're not coming out on our A game one day, it can easily be the next man up. But you feel me? But the receiver group's so close. Like, we want everybody to win. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody touched the ball. Like, receivers, everybody touched the ball today.
Sam, in practice, what have you seen from Malik? That sort of
Fleming?
Yeah, just
Electric. Like, he's electric. From punt return to defense, he's a playmaker. You can't say too much about it. He's another Georgia boy.
Sam, going off Malik, he got you guys both those touchdowns with good field position. What was kind of that offensive spark that you have after those two plays that he made?
Just trying to keep it rolling. That's all it was. It was we had the energy on the sideline the whole time. It was just like we were trying to put it together. Like, as Coach always say, like, when we up, don't coast. When we even, compete. And when we down, don't panic. That's all that was. We was just playing play by play.
Sam, overall, how would you evaluate the total offensive performance for you guys tonight?
We got the dub, so you feel me, can't hang your head on that. You can't be blind to that. But we definitely got to be more efficient and turnover bracket, like, you feel me, like change a field, like how Malik had them 2 picks. We got to capitalize off of them, and then just be more efficient on third down, first down. You feel me? We could take the top off with our receivers. Like, we're fresh. Like, we could go 3 in, 3 out, 4 in, 4 out, whatever you want to do.
Sam, you talked about the energy. What did it mean that have that crowd and everyone into it? Did you sense a different excitement?
Yeah, it definitely felt a little bit different. Just looking out there, like looking in the crowd, it was just like you really couldn't see no spaces in the crowd unless you looked up top. But that's what we did. That's all we asked for. A sellout crowd every time. We're gonna put on a show.
One or two more?
Sam, what'd you see in that the long catch where you had to go up and sort of grab it? What'd you see in that play?
Okay, I could tell you pre-snap. I already knew I was gonna get that ball just because he was man, and just the backside concept. We already had took that safety away from me, so you feel me. I could just tell you I already knew if I slipped inside the safety, I was gonna come to me. So I took the outside release to make it a one-on-one, and I just kept it skinny. And I already knew the ball was going to be where I needed to be to make the play.
Thanks so much, Sam.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, guys, we're joined by quarterback Donovan Smith. We'll go ahead and start. Just ask you guys to use the mic.
Donovan, how would you just getting the win, but sum up sort of how you felt out there, and you know, trying to maybe get the offense going in that game one?
Yeah, I would say there was on my part a lot of first game jitters. Just got to relax, do what was taught. I feel like we left a lot of yards out there. But it's just good to come out with a win. You know, we'll go watch the film. Everyone's excited about the win. That's the main thing. So keep everything the main thing. We're 1-0. That's the biggest thing. But we're excited because we got a lot of stuff to improve on. A lot of excitement we have with everything we saw tonight that maybe people haven't saw. So we're excited. It was a great turnout with the fans. We appreciate the fans and everything. So it was a great turnout, and just glad we got the win.
Donovan, what did you see, you know, from Sam Brown and Manjack, and you know how much, you know, did that dimension did that help you guys?
Yeah. The whole wide receiver core is just really good. You know, we'll probably see them in the next coming up games. But those two did a great job tonight, just getting open. Matt Golden with a great catch. He did phenomenal. And then even Sam Brown making that big catch on the post route, and then Manjack made a clutch catch over the middle in the red zone to set it up for Matt. But everyone's just really good. You know, we still have a lot of potential, a lot of things we got to fix, which we're excited about. I'm excited about just to go watch it, just learn from it. And that's really the biggest thing coming out of your first game. Just watch it, see where we can get better, and just improve next week.
Donovan, on Tuesday you mentioned how sort of the biggest thing in this first game is to limit mistakes. You
Yep.
guys had no turnovers, I think 4 penalties. I mean, how big was that for you guys?
Yeah.
You know, in terms of emphasis, but also just in terms of positives to take away.
Yeah, that's very important because I feel like you could really win and lose games just based off penalties. But I would say it really goes to our defense playing an outstanding game. Malik had an outstanding game, but just all together they just played a great game on defense, and we appreciate them. So just we're just excited for it. And just the penalties, as you said, just defense played really good and offensive line did very good. So minimal mistakes will help you win.
Speaking of Malik, in practice, do you see that quite a bit in terms of how he covers and the fact that he can go up and get a ball like that?
Yeah, for sure. Malik, he always talked about it. He was like, hey, man, don't throw my way in practice, you know, just messing with me and everything like that. But I think I probably completed 1 ball on him, just tested him in practice. So he's a great cover guy, and I feel like he's a very underrated dude that people really kind of look over. But he did a great job today as well as the whole defense.
Were there any times in the game tonight where you felt like the crowd came into effect and like really helped you all out?
Yeah, it was really all game, honestly. Just coming out the tunnel, you know, you feel the energy. On third downs, you feel the energy. Whenever we make big plays, you feel the energy. So a crowd played a huge part in it. It just got us going. And really the energy when, you know, maybe we felt down a little bit or we're like, man, you know, we got to do better. But the fans stayed in the whole game and just kept us going.
The last drive, you know, 2 third-down conversions. How important was it for you guys as an offense to, you know, keep the ball and not give it back to them? Did you guys talk about that?
Yeah. So that's just I guess like every team knows, but like a 4-minute offense type thing. But the offense line did a phenomenal job. Running backs did a phenomenal job, just making plays as well as the wide receivers blocking because you know it can't have positive plays if not everyone's doing their job. So it was just a great, outstanding job from the O-line, starting with them and just getting first downs, making holes for the running backs, and just getting the job done. So they did a phenomenal job. Yeah, I was actually just talking to him, just talking about how that was such an underrated play that many people may look over, but you know the game could have been totally different if you didn't catch that ball. So Mike is just very, I would say, very reliable person to throw to. So I just saw him open. It was a tight window. And it was really a higher ball than it should have been, but he just made a phenomenal catch, got the first down, and that's something that we're going to go back to and just see it on tape, and it's very good to see.
Donovan, when an offense maybe is struggling or just to get going early on, what does it do when you have a defense that on 3 straight passes there kept giving you guys the ball, but kept giving you chances?
Yeah, it's great. It just gives us motivation. It's kind of like we think, we got to do our part. It's all about complementary playing. The defense does something good, and now the offense, we got to do something as well too. So we just really appreciate the defense's game, just playing an outstanding game, just doing their job. The coaches put them in great positions as well. So it was just the defense did phenomenal. I thought the jerseys were great. I love the whole Houston Oilers. It was this amazing throwback jersey. Everyone kind of put their little spice on. I kind of kept it basic, but there was some blue laces, blue spat out there. So I thought it was just a great tribute to the city. Just trying to give that there's a new era of football coming here. So I thought they were amazing. I loved it.
Thanks so much, Donovan.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
Punt returner.
How y'all doing today?
How's it going, Malik?
I'm all right.
You ready, Andrew?
All set. Yep.
So, Malik, when Dana was in here, he was telling us that when Houston played East Carolina, he looked over there on y'all's sideline and said, I want that guy. Can you kind of, since we haven't talked to you since you got here, what it was like to sort of make that decision to come here and then be able to perform the way you did in your first game?
So really for me, it was a no-brainer. I'm an undersized cornerback. I watched what they did with Marcus Jones and Pepe with Demarion Williams, and I was just like, I want to do that. Like, I want to be a part of that. So that was really my mindset behind it. I had a bunch of other schools come after me, but I knew where I wanted to be ultimately.
On the 2 picks, can you take me through what you saw, especially back-to-back from Frank Harris, experienced quarterback?
All right, so the first one, which was the slot fade to number 2, that one was one that I knew it was coming. He had number 80 in the slot. Really wasn't one of his targets on film. Number 2, second best receiver, being that number 1 didn't play. I knew he was going to be the top target. So when I seen the 3-by-1 formation, of course, this is something we practice, I had trouble stopping it in camp. So I was like, this is one route, like, I just won't give up in the game. So once I seen him just stare down number 2, I knew it was coming to me. The second one was just, zone coverage, watch the quarterback. So, he let his hand off the ball go. Just trust it. So.
Out of the punt return and the 2 picks, what was your favorite play they had tonight?
That's a tough one. Every play that I make, I'm just doing my job, so really it's not a favorite. Whatever helped the team win, so I'll watch them on film, and I'll figure it out that way.
Malik, on those interceptions, how much of that was study and how much of it is just, knowing where to be and having an instinct for the ball?
So for me, after watching film, just basically pre-snap, everything, that's film study. So, I'm going through, okay, they can give me this route out of this formation. So I'm just really just narrowing things down. Once the ball snapped, that's my God-given ability. I just let that take over.
Malik, if I could go back earlier when you did your homework in terms of how they had used undersized corners and developed and stuff, but did you need much of a sales pitch from them, or was that sort of that was the hook for you to do it? And then you see guys like Marcus, I believe, was here tonight and stuff. Did you get a chance to maybe talk a little bit and just tell them that, hey, you're sort of one of the reasons I'm here?
Yeah, so that was for real. It was no pitch. Like, I knew this is where I wanted to be, they will help me take my game to the next level because of guys like that. And funny story, we played them 2 years ago here. You know, we had a weather delay, but the first kick of the game, you know, they kicked it to Marcus. He didn't make it past the 20. You know, all week we had been preaching he was a dangerous returner. I walked up to him. I was like, you know, like, you're not like that. I don't really feel like you're the guy that everybody see on film. He looked at me. He was like, I'm going to run the next one back. And he did it. So I looked at him. I was like, all right. So he real. So I was like, he's a ball player. Houston go get great ball players. I was like, I want to play with guys like that. So.
Follow up. Dana mentioned that when Houston faced East Carolina, that no one covered Tank Dell better than you all year. Did you get a sense? I mean, when you hear them talking about that, and now you're here, do you remember those meetings, those games? I mean, did you feel like what they said is what you did?
Yes, sir, definitely. I had to say he was one of the hardest receivers I ever had to cover. But I knew I knew he was a great receiver. He was going to get his. My job was just to win more than I lost, and I feel like I did that.
Malik, this is a new defense in a lot of ways. Do you feel like you guys made a statement on sort of the potential of this group with how you guys play today?
Yes, sir. We made a big statement. And for me, it's just really we figuring out who we are. And I feel like tonight, like, we showed, like, we're a defense that we have a lot of potential to be great. And we're going to keep stacking sorry. We're going to keep stacking days into being that. So.
That punt return, did that get you going a little? And, you know, how much, you know, pride do you take, you know, making a difference in special teams as well?
Oh, no, like, I'll tell anybody, like, I take pride in being a football player. Like, it's just not one position that I can just play. I want to play everything. If I can impact the game, I want to do that. So I take pride in punt returning and flipping the field more than I do corner.
Malik, can you talk a little bit about the defensive line and the job they did sort of containing Frank Harris? And I mean, did that sort of make your job easier a little bit in the passing game?
That made it a lot easier. Like, you know, with those guys up front, we probably got, I don't know, the whole room can go in and I feel confident. Like, I know I'm going to have to cover 2-3 seconds at the most. By the time I'm out of my back pedal, I know the ball going to be there and just make a play. So those guys helped me a lot.
You're new, obviously, but could you sense the excitement with the uniforms and the crowd? And did that help you guys?
It definitely helped us. So, you know, I'm used to playing in front of sold-out crowds at Dowdy Ficklin. You know, they have a great fan base. But here, you know, players, like, you know, we've never had a sold-out crowd. But, like, just from the excitement about the uniforms, when they showed us the uniforms, like, I was like, okay, like, this is something different. And then everybody talking about how the game was sold out. And I was like, okay, like, this is crazy, especially be in a city where you have multiple sports teams and different colleges. Everybody here to support us. It was amazing.
One or two more? All right, thanks so much, Malik.
All right, thank you.